Two powerful storm systems are poised to sweep across the United States over the next 7 days. Both are set to bring significant impacts, including the potential for severe weather outbreaks. With threats of damaging winds and even isolated tornadoes, at the same time, some of the coldest air of the season is pouring into the nation, sending temperatures plunging below freezing across many regions this morning. And that chill is expected to return again tomorrow in today's forecast. We'll break down everything you need to know about the evolving weather patterns set to affect the United States through the week ahead. Let's start with current conditions across the nation. At this hour, a low-pressure system is positioned over the Ohio Valley, fueling a corridor of instability capable of producing severe storms across the mid-Atlantic, including the possibility of a few brief tornadoes. On the backside of that system, a surge of Arctic air is spilling southward, which explains why so many are waking up to an early winter chill. Temperatures across the southern plains, including the Dallas-Fort Worth area, have dropped into the upper 30s, with parts of the Texas Panhandle dipping below freezing. Even across Florida, morning lows have tumbled into the 40s, signaling that this cold air mass is widespread and persistent. If you haven't yet felt the chill, you likely will by tonight and into early tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, in the Atlantic Ocean, Hurricane Melissa continues to weaken after wreaking catastrophic damage throughout the Caribbean. Now down to a Category 1 hurricane, Melissa has already claimed more than 50 lives, including at least 40 in Haiti and 8 in Jamaica, with those numbers expected to rise as search and rescue efforts continue across Cuba and Haiti. The storm has been devastating, leaving widespread destruction along Jamaica's southwestern coastline. Footage from Montego Bay reveals entire hotel structures shredded by hurricane-force winds, roofs torn away, palm trees snapped like twigs, and debris littering the streets. And if this level of destruction occurred in reinforced structures, one can only imagine the devastation within local communities built with far fewer protections. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone affected. Fortunately, communication networks are slowly being restored across Jamaica, allowing families to reconnect and check in on loved ones. As of today, Hurricane Melissa is expected to track toward Bermuda, bringing tropical storm force conditions and potentially brief hurricane force gusts by tonight before transitioning into a post-tropical system by Friday as it races past eastern Canada and out into the far northern Atlantic by the weekend now. Let's turn our attention back to the U.S. because a major pattern shift is underway. Some of the coldest air in over half a year is descending across the central and eastern United States. And on top of that, two major storm systems are lining up to bring disruptive weather over the next week. Here's what's driving it all. The jet stream, the fast-moving river of air high above our heads, has plunged unusually far south, dipping all the way to the Gulf Coast. This sharp trough is ushering frigid air deep into the south, even reaching parts of Florida. The same upper-level setup is also steering our current low-pressure system through the Ohio Valley, while Melissa lingers offshore to the east because of the hurricane's proximity. Dangerous rip currents will persist from Florida up through New England over the next few days, as the low-pressure system strengthens and tracks northeastward tonight. Powerful winds will rip across the northeast and New England by tomorrow morning, with gusts potentially reaching 60 to 70 miles per hour in some coastal and elevated areas by tomorrow. The upper air pattern will begin to shift slightly, with the jet stream becoming more westerly, setting the stage for the next wave of active and volatile weather to unfold across the country, which means the truly frigid and biting air mass will not be nearly as intense for residents along the East Coast when compared to those in the southern plains, where temperatures this morning plunged deep into the 30s and 40s, with frost and freeze alerts extending from Oklahoma to Texas as we head into Saturday and Sunday. A new storm system is projected to organize across the Mississippi Valley, and this one has the potential to unleash strong to severe thunderstorms across the southeast between Sunday and Monday. Expect threats of damaging winds, torrential rainfall leading to localized flooding, and possibly isolated tornadoes. By Monday, this system will edge close to the Gulf Coast, not tropical in nature, but still a formidable and energetic storm for this time of year. By midweek, attention shifts northward as another. Smaller low-pressure disturbance sweeps across the Great Lakes into the northeast, bringing the chance for scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Then, toward the end of next week, the pattern could grow more active once again, with hints of additional systems developing, though, beyond next Thursday. The forecast becomes increasingly uncertain now. Let's take a look at temperature anomalies, which show where readings are running above or below seasonal averages. At the moment, a large portion of the southern and southeastern United States is experiencing significantly below average temperatures, with widespread lows in the 30s, 40s, and lower 50s. Depending on your region, as we move into tomorrow, this chill will spread eastward, bringing cooler than normal air along much of the Atlantic coast, though not as harsh, roughly 5 to 10 degrees below average in most areas. Another burst of cold air will spill across the northern plains on Friday, reinforcing the wintry feel through Saturday and Sunday. Expect persistent below-average readings for the East Coast and Southern Plains, before a major transition unfolds early next week. Warmer air will surge northward into the Great Plains, lifting temperatures back toward or slightly above average. Meanwhile, the southeast will see a renewed blast of cold air as the storm system sweeps through, delivering showers, thunderstorms, and gusty winds by the end of next week. The warmth will dominate much of the heartland, with some areas flirting with record-breaking highs, a dramatic turnaround that perfectly captures the wild mood swings of fall weather across the United States. Take a look at the morning low temperatures across the nation today. Even central Texas dipped below freezing, with freeze warnings in effect overnight. Tomorrow morning will bring a slight moderation across the southern plains, though freezing temperatures will persist across the Midwest, Central, and Northern Plains. By Friday afternoon, temperatures across the upper Midwest and Northern Plains will remain stuck in the 30s and 40s, while the Gulf Coast rebounds into the lower 70s, offering a picture-perfect autumn day for much of the country. Come Saturday morning, sub-freezing temperatures will likely stretch as far south as Arkansas and Missouri, extending into the Ohio Valley Midwest. In Northeast, a true autumn chill settling in before the next transition. As for the storm setup, here's what to expect. Today, showers and thunderstorms will impact the Northeast, with a low-end severe weather threat across portions of the mid-Atlantic. Hurricane Melissa will make a close pass offshore tonight, enhancing coastal winds and surf. Tomorrow, strong pressure gradients will tighten across the Northeast, seen by those closely packed isobars, a sign of intense winds. It's developing under a rapidly strengthening low-pressure center, which could deepen to 974 millibars by Friday night. Expect gusts topping 60 miles per hour across coastal and elevated terrain. Saturday and Sunday, high pressure takes control, bringing calmer and cooler conditions to most of the country. Late Sunday into Monday, a new Gulf Coast system develops, delivering showers, thunderstorms, and localized severe weather to the southeast. By mid to late next week, things quiet down briefly before another major storm potentially emerges by next weekend. Still uncertain, but worth monitoring. Finally, the Storm Prediction Center has outlined a tornado risk zone encompassing roughly 20 million people today, including Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and portions of the Carolina coastline. This risk is primarily driven by the potential for isolated tornadoes, accompanied by scattered, damaging winds, especially from Virginia Beach through Cape Hatteras. Bottom line? From the early season freeze gripping the plains to the severe weather threats along the east and Gulf coasts, the next 7 days promise a dramatic mix of weather across the United States. Thank you guys. See you in the next video.